Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, and this movie came out in 2025, and it's currently nominated for Best Animated Feature Film, and I haven't seen any of those yet, and this was the first one that I saw for this year, and I thought this one was alright. I've heard that a lot of people seem to be really enjoying this one. I personally enjoyed some parts about it, but overall, I didn't really take away much from it, and I just found it to be kind of bland. There are things that I appreciate about the film for sure, and one thing that I'll just get out of the way really quickly is that the animation, it looks very nice. It's very much in the same vein as Spider-Verse, and I always thought it looked cool. And when I say that, I mean both in Spider-Verse movies and also in this movie. It's something kind of different to look at, and I was enjoying that much about it. And I like the little details of showing the animation with less frames, and it just felt as though the movie had a bit more of a style and trying to make artistic choices and attempting to stand out. And there were some visuals that I found to be kind of fun, and also I did appreciate that there were some attempts to make it more interesting from a filmmaking perspective and try to have little touch ups to make things interesting. And I appreciate that about it. The songs, while I wouldn't say any of them are great or like, say, something I would love to see win for Best Original Song or anything, they were still catchy and fun to listen to at the very least. And overall, I would say this film was harmless. I can see why it would connect with some people, especially kids, and I feel as though it's not a terrible movie to show children. But unfortunately, where this movie kind of falls for me, and this is subjective, obviously, is that the comedy didn't really connect with me, unfortunately. I just didn't really like any of the attempts at humor. It was always obvious as to what the joke was going to be, and even when it caught me off guard, I didn't really laugh at all. It was just kind of unnatural and never once felt like it was coming from a character. It always felt like the writer, unfortunately. And that's how I felt about a lot of the writing in this movie, is that it just feels like the writer a lot of the time, and the characters weren't interesting to me. The story, it barely had a plot. It's basically these demon hunters that are singers who also hunt demons, and they connect people with the songs that they write and perform, and that keeps demons from rolling over Earth or something. I don't know how to describe it much better than that off the top of my head, but that's the plot of the movie. And in terms of story beats and where things go, not much happens. Not sure why this movie was feature length for this story, because they don't really explore much, and the things that they do touch on are just very few and far between, and also the only times that things are happening are just when we get songs. Those are the most eventful moments in the film. And the action scenes were entertaining, but unfortunately, these things that I like, they're not in service of a story, characters that I really connect with. And I do feel as though this movie is a great example of style over substance. And that's how I felt about it the entire time, is that there's plenty of style going on, but very little substance to latch onto, I guess. And because of that, the movie was kind of boring for me at times, and I just wished that it had more going on. And I will say, while watching this movie on Netflix, I did watch it with the YMS commentary, and I figured, okay, it'll make it somewhat entertaining if I'm not fully engaged with it. And I wasn't expecting this movie to blow me away or anything. I was thinking, yeah, it'll probably be like a harmless 90 minutes that I'll walk away and say, yeah, that was a movie. And that's what I got, and I was hoping that the commentary would make the experience a bit better, but unfortunately, there's not really much there, unfortunately, because he didn't really have much to say, and I honestly don't really have much to say either. It was fine, harmless, and that's about all I have to say about it. So watch this movie if you're curious about it. If you're not interested in watching it, then you can skip it. It doesn't really matter. So with all that being said, I'm going to give K-Pop Demon Hunters a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of K-Pop Demon Hunters, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for A Most Wanted Man. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.